My fellow Americans, I am President Obama's id, and I am delivering the true State of the Union address. When I was first inaugurated in 2009, our country was in dire straits. The economy was in shambles and losing 800,000 jobs a month. GM and Chrysler were ready to go under. Hundreds, if not thousands, of our troops were coming home from wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, scarred, mentally broken, and even dead. Our previous president authorized torture and war crimes, and the U.S. was shamed. Our citizens were scared. Prior to me, every single president who took office was accorded the respect by the opposition party to enact the agenda upon which he was elected, and Congress would work with him. But there's apparently something different about me, because the night I was inaugurated, the GOP held a not-so-secret meeting where they pledged to oppose me on everything I did, even if it destroyed the country, all for the purpose of preventing my re-election. Like everything else the GOP has tried to do for the past 30 years, they failed. As the internet meme says, you had one job, GOP, and instead I kicked your dumb racist asses in 2012. But you still insist on obstructing me. Tom Cotton, you and the other 46 traitors sucked off the Ayatollah and tried to destroy the nuclear weapons negotiations. You probably didn't see the news, but Iran just shipped its nuclear materials to Russia, as it promised to do. Now, I know you're from the South and pretty dumb, so let me break it down for you. Iran giving away their nuclear materials is not the same as me giving them a nuclear weapon. Oh, and Tom, maybe you weren't born with enough fingers, but it wasn't just the U.S. negotiating with Iran, but 5 other countries, including that of your good buddy Vladimir Putin. My record is consistently being distorted by the supposed journalists at Fox, whose viewers are dumber than Senator Cotton and apparently have the memories of retarded goldfish because they keep saying dumb stuff like how I've destroyed this country. They obviously can't remember 2008, or their definition of destroying the country is letting a black man be president. Look at Texas. They're so dumb and paranoid and hate me so much that even a routine training exercise for our troops turned into, Obama's coming to take my guns and put me in a FEMA camp and make me bake cakes for gay weddings and obey Sharia law. And if there's not this saying, there should be one that, as Texas goes, so goes the rest of the redneck inbred America, with Donald Trump as its titular head. And I bet most of you dumb bastards just got excited because you heard tit. Despite your knee-jerk opposition, I've managed to accomplish some pretty good stuff. The agreement with Iraq, 80 straight months of economic growth, 20 million more Americans with health insurance, and health insurance rate increases at their lowest rate. I could travel overseas and not be arrested for war crimes. Excuse me. We got bin Laden and managed to degrade ISIS, and just yesterday destroyed one of their banks, all at hard currency. And our forces in the coalition have launched over 10,000 airstrikes. Wow, I really suck as a Muslim. If I was a white Republican, you'd be renaming Reagan Airport the Obama Airport. Instead, there's this idiocy like y'all calling for me to do whatever was necessary to bring Bo Bergdahl home, but after I did, complaining about the swap, and then lying that the 5 prisoners exchanged with some high-level Al-Qaeda leaders, and they're now back on the battlefield. And Bergdahl, he's some sort of traitor, and I never should have made the deal. Well, I have a letter from Kelly Ayotte begging me to make the deal. And your lapdog Fox do nothing to correct these idiotic misperceptions, and thus the circle of idiocy continues. In 1 more year, I will step down and a new president will take office. Odds are he won't be white. Sorry, Ben. But I'm sure if it's Hillary, you'll switch from being racist assholes to being women-hating assholes. And you already have a lot of practice on that. Or if Bernie wins, suddenly elderly Jewish pacifists will become public enemy number 1 and you'll be carrying water for Wall Street. We live in a weird country. Our freedoms allow you to be stupid and many of you take full advantage. But the problem starts when your weirdness and stupidity hinders this country and affects the rights and well-being of our fellow citizens. Don't like gay marriage? Fine. Don't get gay married or work at a job where you must gay marry couples. Believe in Jesus? Great! Just not in our schools on the taxpayer dime. Want to own a gun? Prove you're not a criminal and accept full legal responsibility for your firearm and any damage it may cause, either from you or someone who's gotten their hands on it. Don't like my policies? Great. Come up with better ones, or rather than voting 60 times to repeal something without first offering a replacement. By the way, we're still waiting on that jobs bill the GOP promised in 2009. Any chance we'll see it? I would like to end on an up note, but frankly, there is none. This is the worst, most unproductive Congress ever and has been since the GOP took over the House in 2010, and I lost the supermajority after only 160 or so calendar days. I have no hope that the GOP will suddenly wake up and take the country's best interests to heart, especially since you've announced that Congress will work fewer than 160 days this year, and even when you are in session, you waste time on bogus witch hunt investigations and showboat votes. I ask the voters to take note of your utter lack of concern for them and your waste of time, and that for your $180,000 a year salary, you do jack shit to earn it while most people are struggling paycheck to paycheck. Screw you people. I am going to go have a beer. Good night.